last May, the first ever Pro Volleyball Federation title was won by the homestanding Omaha Supernovas against these same Grand Rapids Rise. Not only did they win the trophy, but took home a $1 million bonus. These two teams meet once again as we kick off the second season. With three-time Olympian bronze medalist and NCAA champion Holly McPeak, I'm Paul Sunderland. The starting lineups have been introduced. Good crowd filing in. And Holly, very, very different makeup, not only to these two teams who played for the championship, but right around the league. But this is a new rivalry.
Yes, you're very right. Omaha and Grand Rapids completely revamped their team with free agency. Omaha returns 2 starters, but added 7 talented rookies. Grand Rapids returns 5, added 4 rookies, and some talented veterans that are going to help them out this season.
Yeah, we've talked about a lot of parity. There's a lot of talent and a lot of depth, and we've seen that. Natalia Valentin Anderson, now the full-time setter, now that Sydney Hilly has moved on to Indiana, and Brooke Nunaviller, a big, big star rising in this league. Natalia
Valentin Anderson is one of the feistiest setters, great defensive player, really nice chemistry on the court, and when she needs a kill, she looks for Brooke Nunaviller. Brooke Nunaviller had 22 kills on Friday, 5 in the last set. She leads this young team. On the other side of the net, August Raske is a offensive-minded setter. She's dynamic, lefty, runs a really quick offense, and she's going to rely a lot on Sheridan Atkinson. She brings size to the right side, very low air attacker, and provides some big defensive stops on the right side for Grand Rapids.
Both of these teams in their opening matches, respectively, on Friday. It was Omaha hanging on against Atlanta 15-13 in the 5th, and on the other side Grand Rapids was at Las Vegas, and they've suffered a reverse sweep 16-14 in the 5th. So nail biters right around the dial, and we've talked about it on opening night when you and I were in Orlando for San Diego and the Valkyries. There's a lot of depth, a lot of new talent, a lot of draftees, and the season has started off with a bang. Speaking of that, Valentin Anderson on to serve for the first time. It's a very good rotation starting things off for Omaha. Through the block and down, nicely done. One of the really good young stars, Reagan Cooper, 6'2" outside hitter, played 32 matches last year for Columbus, registers the opening kill.
And I think this rotation is really strong for Omaha because now Natalia Valentin Anderson is a really good server. She excels at getting teams out of system.
Served 27 times when she was at the line in their opening match, the win again at home against Atlanta, meaning that her teammates doing an excellent job in defense and blocking. Jenna Otek out of Purdue playing the libero for the Rise of Grand Rapids with the opening defensive play. There is Nunaviller out of the back row, dug by Raske. Smart shot taking Valentin Anderson out of the play. Reagan Cooper again ripping down the line, dug by Raske. Not a good set that time by Otek. Right side again to Payne. Good block deflections. Pretty good stretch defensively by both teams. Smart shot by Carly Snyder up into the block. Somebody put the ball away. Dug by Nunaviller. And finally, nicely done out of the middle, number 23. Caitlin Horde putting that ball away out of Nebraska.
Grand Rapids dug a ton of balls, but didn't give themselves good-looking transition sets. Finally, Omaha runs the middle, high percentage play, and even though it's an off-speed kill, drops in the middle.
Caitlin Horde was very effective against Atlanta. We'll give you those numbers when time allows. She was really, really good in terms of hitting efficiency and taking care of blocking in the middle. Sheridan Atkinson, now in her 8th year as a pro, 6'5", originally from Long Beach, California, the league MVP and champion in Greece this last year. Carly Snyder, former Florida Gator, has been playing in France for many years with a serve. Snyder successful out of the back row, number 4 in blue.
Grand Rapids are going to rely heavily on Carly Snyder. She does it all. 6 rotation players. She's dangerous from every part of the court. You see Raske setting her up on that big attack right down the middle.
16 of 43 in her PVF debut after playing many years in France. Nicely done. Abbott, number 27 in blue, off the edge.
Head coach Kathy George for Grand Rapids talked about how good Simone Abbott has been for them in practice. She didn't have her best match Friday night, but Kathy George expects her to explode offensively.
There's Kathy George, very familiar to these parts as far as volleyball is concerned, many years, very successfully. What a good swing. Reagan Cooper again, played at Kansas, finishing up her career there. 4.1 kills per set last year, hit 266. Really an up-and-coming player.
This set to the right pin falls a little bit inside, but Reagan Cooper gets her feet there, finds the back line.
That's going to be a net violation. That is called by our first referee. Mr. Christian Krishak is manning the top of the podium as far as the referee's duties are concerned, and he's the only official on the floor. The second referee, a little bit of a change in system, Michelle Prater, is on the sideline, and she will coordinate timeout, substitutions, and any and all challenges. Shank pass here by Grand Rapids. We'll play best 3 out of 5.
Head coach Bird Kuhn told us they were going to go after Simone Abbott of the Grand Rapids, load her up with some passing responsibilities.
You mentioned Cooper struggled a little bit against Atlanta, 8 of 33 with 6 errors. But she is really a good player. And Sheridan Atkinson showing you that length. She was all Big Ten at Purdue, also spent some time at Long Beach State. Very nice side-out score.
Sheridan Atkinson presents some big size on the right side, goes high off the hands of Brooke Nuneviller, who's a lot smaller than her stature-wise.
Yeah. Oh, look out. Always concerned when a player goes to the floor. That was Simone Abbott. She's in her 8th year as a pro, playing in Greece, Turkey, and Italy for Macerata as well. Went down, but seemingly just fine as Marin Grode up front now with Raskin. 2 challenges per team per set, and if you're proven correct, you will keep that challenge. Line calls all made electronically by Bolt 6. So they cannot be challenged. And there's Brooke Nuneviller. You pointed out what a big night. 22 of 57 in the win. Really clutched down the stretch. 17 digs and was served 14 times. 13 of those receptions, Holly, were either good or perfect. Don't serve her.
Especially when the match is on the line.
Tough deep serves. Snyder fighting that off. Here is Abbott. Good swing over the top. Beautiful dig. High up into the block and out of bounds. Good transition play by Nuneviller.
That ball's in. Grand Rapids with the block. Their blocking numbers.
Done. Good call. Oh, was it? Look at that, Holly.
The outside of the outside, but that's still in. As long as it touches. Grand Rapids blocking numbers were really good Friday night, especially early.
That was as small a sliver as you're ever going to see, but that's how accurate and how quick the Bolt 6 system is. Nice dug by Otek. Nice dig by Otek, and cut back out of the middle that time by Kayla Caffey.
I'd love to see both teams run more middle, but Omaha off to a quick start, up 8 over Grand Rapids 5 in the first set.
Get off your seat, show us your move. It's time for the kids' tail. Oh, starting out strong.
Franklin Sports is a proud partner of the Pro Volleyball Federation on Fox Sports on this chilly, snowy afternoon and evening. All the snow making my partner, Holly McPeak, very happy indeed when we went out to brunch this afternoon. Kelsey Payne, number 11 in white for Omaha. Her first year in the Pro Volleyball Federation. Has been a star overseas for a long time. Had a magnificent career leading Kansas to their only ever national semifinal appearance.
How about Simone Abbott? Sees the opening down the line. Even though she didn't get a good swing at it, she takes two hands and throws it to the corner for the Grand Rapids point.
Omaha with the early lead. There will be two technical timeouts. Camila Gomez, absolutely ideal reception. And we're waiting for the call. That ball missed out of bounds. Again, no lines, people. It's immediately called, and the information is transmitted to the referee, Christian Krishak. And it's fast, and as you saw with that sliver, it is very accurate. That's a mistake serving Gomez. Back row, quick combination. Block deflection, but that gets to the floor away from Snyder.
Put your hands together.
Good big attack out of the back row. Little deflection and drops for Omaha.
There's Brooke Nunaviller. What a career she had at the University of Oregon. The only Pac-12, now the defunct Pac-12 player to have 1,500 kills and 2,000 digs. She is a magnificent volleyball player. Good block deflection again by Rasky and Grote. Carly Snyder, very, very quick arm.
Block deflections are so important. They're undervalued in the stat column, but they really slow the ball down and allow you to transition attack. Omaha's block late, pushing over the net, and Carly Snyder makes them pay.
Coming back home, she was previously the state player of the year as a high school performer before going on to Florida. Was Carly Snyder. An awkward miss in the backcourt that time by Grote. And Snyder, 6 seasons in France with 4 different teams. Best outside hitter in the French league. Good league, not a super elite league. Italy, Turkey, Greece, probably better along with Japan and China. But 3 times the best outside hitter in that league. Here's Kayla Caffey. And that ball drifts out of bounds. Good communication by the homestanding Grand Rapids Rise. They were 13-13 last year. Again, lost in the championship to Omaha. Pretty good reception right now by both of these teams, particularly Omaha. They passed superb numbers in their win in 5 sets over Atlanta. Nice, smart shot. You talked about how aggressive she can be. Natalia Valentin Anderson out of Puerto Rico with a 2-handed tip.
This is a rotation for Omaha where the setter's front row. She's got 2 hitter options spread. That stresses the defense a little, and Natalia Valentin Anderson calls her own number, just throwing it down in the middle.
Played in the Rio Olympics, a pro since 2006, most notably in Poland, Puerto Rico, and Italy. Split time with Sydney Hilly last year, the national champion at Wisconsin. Hilly now moving on to set exclusively for Indiana, the Ignite, who got their first win. A couple of hitting errors here by Omaha. That ball missed out of bounds. Alyssa Jensen taking the swing out of the middle, wearing number 17. See how quick that comes. That system is absolutely exceptional. Snyder back to serve. Remember, it was 8-6 at the technical timeout. Working on Nunaviller. Right side over the top of the block. That ball was clearly in, to the dismay of Kathy George in front of us, trying to call it out of bounds.
I love the aggressive serve from Carly Snyder, but Reagan Cooper going deep over the defender, finding that back line. She's hit it twice already early in this match.
Good overhand pass that time by Abbott and Atkinson. Just too much. That's talk about that matchup against Nunaviller.
Yeah, August Rasky wants to find that matchup. Sheridan Atkinson at 6'5" against Brooke Nunaviller at 5'10". Obviously, Brooke Nunaviller jumps well. She's up there, but Atkinson a little bit higher.
And the one that goes over the top, you don't design your defense to slow down the shot. It goes right over the top of the block. You try to defend the edges. Nice play that time by Atkinson. Good hustle by Rasky. 12-11 is the advantage. Back row combination. An unforced error that time by Omaha, and we're tied at 12.
Head coach of Grand Rapids, Kathy George, told us, look, we've been crushing it in practice, being very competitive, but we want to see what we look like against other teams. And in this second match, they're going to learn a lot about themselves and how to finish. They were unable to finish after being up in the third set for a sweep on Friday night.
That's one of the things that they were working really hard on today at serve and pass when we were here. They were just trying to stay really clean, control things on their side of the net. They thought it got away from them a little bit in the match that they were really disappointed to lose after being up 2-0.
I also think Grand Rapids could do a better job utilizing their middles offensively.
Atkinson again going off speed and misplayed by Kathy. Payne right side, no, Nunaviller again, and that's what she loves to do, chop off the edge.
Brooke Nunaviller beats you with speed. They like to push it quick to wherever she is, and what makes her special is her hand contact on the ball. Fast push to the left pin, and she gets on top of that, attacking the seam of the block.
Working on Abbott, pretty good reception as well. That's a good swing. Dug by Cooper in the middle back. Off speed, very smartly done that time by Nunaviller. If you're blocking against a player like Brooke Nunaviller, quote-unquote undersized, what do you have to do technically to make sure she doesn't take advantage?
She has to beat you with speed, so you have to shoot your hands over the net, be on her side of the net before she swings at that ball.
Nunaviller pretty productive early on, as is Simone Abbott. Nunaviller a busy night. She's now 2 kills on 6 swings after going 22 of 57 on their opening night on Friday. Both of these teams played on Friday. Omaha was at home, as we talked about. Grand Rapids was in Vegas. Atkinson, 17 of 44 in the losing effort. Look at this Omaha team receive serve, but they're shooting themselves in the foot with a couple of unforced errors. By my count, that's at least 2 and maybe 3 balls that they've hit out of bounds.
The first swing by Kathy, she crushed the ball just wide, and that one just a misconnection, didn't hit her hand properly, but Omaha wants to get that middle connection going.
Another very good pass, that dug out by Anderson. What a good stretch by the 5'8" Valentine Anderson, going up to keep that ball on her side and earn the point for the visitors from Omaha, who lead it at our second technical timeout, 16-14.
You're going to be a baddie. That's 1. 2, always stay confident and believe in yourself.
You're going to get a lot better. You're really bad now, but it's not going to last.
I would tell my little volleyball self to stop blocking the serve. I would tell my little volleyball self, A, you're going to play volleyball because you have no idea. You're 13. And B, everything's going to be okay. Stay patient. Trust in God. You got it.
Welcome back once live. Our continuing coverage on Fox Sports of the Pro Volleyball Federation inaugural season last year, won by Omaha, $1 million in additional bonus prize money, and then free agency all around. And we've seen a lot of depth. There is Laura Bird-Kuhn, first ever championship last year, many, many years, an assistant for Ray Bouchard at Kansas. Coach Bouchard has retired after more than 2.5 decades in Kansas, so congratulations to Coach Bouchard. Also previously the head coach at Texas A&M, where she coached her libero, Camila Gomez. A lot of good block touches. Good set in transition by Otek. Abbott is impressive so far. Good read that time in the backcourt by Cooper. Really good hustle and a misplay that time by Abbott. Out of the back row. Really good hard work. Remember play the other night, the kick and the save by Brooke Nunaviller. Very, very similar. Good hard work.
You know, you never give up, and Brooke Nunaviller is a perfect example of it. She does not stop. Watch where this ball goes. She slides under, digs it, and then it goes deep. I believe it's the next play that she keeps it alive on a really short tip ball.
Nice slide between 2 former opponents in the Pac-12 conference. August Rasky at the University of Oregon and Maren Grote out of the University of Washington. Yeah, both these teams played 5 setters. Mentioned that Omaha took out Atlanta 3-2. They did a very, very good job on the reigning MVP. Leah Edmond held her to 11 of 46 and passed the ball exceptionally well as that ball is served out of bounds. The lead continues to grow for Omaha. Simone Abbott now 3 of 9. She's getting a lot of opportunities, tough ones, particularly in transition. Good pass. Nicely done by Otek. Setter with the first contact. Looking for Payne. Ball block deflection. A little bit of miscommunication in the backcourt between Atkinson along with Simone Abbott.
Atkinson was trying to get the ball overhand, but it clears her deep, and that takes it away from Abbott. Nice Omaha point, though, in transition.
19-15. I thought we might get a timeout called by Kathy George. Both these coaches in their second season. Tightly done. Did Kayla Caffey get into the net? She did not. We may have a challenge. Yeah, August Rasky's saying, did you see that? She was in the net. And we will have our first challenge. Kayla Caffey is saying, innocent of all charges. So again, 2 challenges per team, per set. If you are correct, you retain your challenges.
This pass travels tight. August Rasky gets up there to try and block it defensively. Can't tell if it was ball or hand. I did not see a clear net.
I did not. It was called kill by Kayla Caffey, formerly of Nebraska and the University of Texas. And
looks like Brooke Nuneviller has a bloody nose.
And a black eye.
And a black eye.
Yeah,
she got kicked by, what was it, Natalia Valentin Anderson?
Yeah.
But she's tough.
She's a gamer.
Bloody nose.
Somebody call Freddie
her.
Pacheco, the fight doctor. I don't. Well, I'll leave it to you, Holly.
I don't see it either.
No, neither do I. I think that was all ball.
Yeah, ball.
Yeah, no net fault. So Grand Rapids will be down to 1 challenge for the remainder of this set, but most importantly, it is Omaha leading quite comfortably right now as we get into the red zone, 20-15. Very good reception, quickly outside, 1-on-1, and Snyder was forced to tip that ball. Not a good set there, good reaction that time by Cooper. Valentin Anderson is doing a beautiful job setting the ball right now, both in transition and first ball contact going to the middle.
I think one of the things that makes Natalia Valentin Anderson is her speed, and she makes really nice decisions running this ball down. She sets us back, facing the wrong direction, finding Kayla Caffey for the kill in transition. I love that play.
Yeah, that was very, very nicely done. And Natalia, thank you very much to listening to our call and staying aggressive and working all portions. She's had Kelsey Payne on the right side. She's had Nuneviller, and I agree with you. The tempo at which she is setting the ball right now is really causing some problems for the home-standing Grand Rapids Rise. Well, we got a timeout. 21-15 is the lead. Want to remind you, this week it's a Big Ten showdown on Fox College Hoops Friday as Indiana takes on Bruce Thornton and Ohio State at 8 p.m. Eastern only on Fox. Back with 3-time Olympian and NCAA champ Holly McPeak. I'm Paul Sunderland. Holly was absolutely giddy this afternoon and this morning when we walked over to practice and then went out to brunch. And it was snowing. It was snowing. For me, it was snowing a lot.
Well, I'm a Southern California girl. I don't get to experience snow that often.
I'm a Southern California boy.
I know, but Grand Rapids, wow, it was beautiful.
And we were talking about how much snow was coming down, and Jen Spiker, the CEO of the Pro Volleyball Federation, said that was a dusting, not a dumping.
Well, I might have texted her. I knew she was driving, said, hey, it's dumping here, be careful. And she said, what? It wasn't dumping.
It was very pretty indeed, but the snow has stopped, and we will be headed back to Southern California. And I do mean first thing tomorrow morning. Omaha leading 21-15. Here was Nuneviller. Good pass by Snyder. Grote. Very good trajectory on that slide.
Maren Grote has been so good for Grand Rapids. She's one of the best servers on the team. Very good defensively. I'd love to see them set her more, either in front of the set or behind. Use her more in transition.
Right now, as far as a team, Grote and Grand Rapids are hitting at 250. Out of system play here. Payne playing it pretty conservatively. Snyder about 8 feet off the net, off the top of the tape. Brilliant dig by Gomez. Good read by Atkinson. Really good transition. Sheridan Atkinson at 6'5", doing a wonderful job keeping that ball off the floor. And then Carly Snyder, number 4 in blue, with a deep cross-court kill.
I love the defense. Balls flying. Watch Sheridan Atkinson dig this next ball in transition. Boom, little pancake, keeps it alive. And then Carly Snyder, deep corner for the kill. That's a big point.
And Omaha is challenging, which one of the categories that you can, and I'll run through them. Pancake, that the ball hit some part of the floor. Any part of the ball on the floor. And that is the challenge being lodged by Laura Beard-Kuhn. And just to review, very similar to internationally and collegiately, you can challenge foot fault on the center line, 3-meter line, which is different. Don't have that in college in terms of center line, 3-meter line, and also foot fault on the service line. 4 contacts, ball up or down, net violation. Those are the areas that can be challenged. And again, to reiterate and to repeat, because it's very unique to the Pro Volleyball Federation, you cannot challenge ball in or out.
I think that's off her hand.
Oh, I do too. I thought it was when we saw it live. I was surprised by the challenge.
Big girls play defense. I love it.
I was actually surprised by the challenge. I thought that ball was clearly up. Kathy George liked it. She'd also like a few more points on the board, but that was nicely done in transition. Grote once again had a couple of aces the other night in the loss at Las Vegas. What good passing. That's really good read and choice by Kayla Caffey.
Natalia Valentin Anderson has gone to Caffey 3 times. 2 were errors, but finds her again. They have a nice confidence, nice connection together. The confidence is really important. When somebody makes errors, go back to her. Give her another opportunity to get involved in the match.
Boy, I don't know who you serve for Omaha right now. You saw that pass by Camila Gomez right on target, and also Nunaviller has been very efficient in that phase as well.
I think you serve anybody but those 2.
That only leaves you one choice.
I know.
And that's Reagan Cooper. And she is a very much improving receiver and 6 rotation player. 8 substitutions to reiterate the point in the Pro Volleyball Federation, unlike in college volleyball, where you have 15 and internationally you have 6. Snyder's been impressive with her range.
She has. Grand Rapids doing a much better job in transition, giving themselves opportunities to swing. Early on, they struggled with their transition setting.
Reagan Cooper quickly off the edge and out of bounds. What makes Reagan Cooper such an effective up-and-coming player?
Reagan Cooper is smooth. High altitude, high contact. She's smooth, little crossbody, high off the hands of Atkinson. She's got all the tools to score. 23
matches last year for Columbus, was voted the Pro Volleyball Federation Rising Star. I gave you her numbers, but they were very good. Quick look at Caitlin Hort out of the middle, formerly of Penn State, finishing up at Nebraska. Right side. Oh, that was tight. Really good block out of the middle by the 6'4" Jensen.
Alyssa Jensen, 17 in dark blue, recognizes that this set is inside, stops, presses, beautiful wall by Grand Rapids.
And what a solid job by Atkinson, stopping short, to your point, Holly, when realizing that the ball was set a little bit inside. First ball contact, dug by Nunaviller, pretty tight. Must have if you're Grand Rapids. A little unlucky on the deflection, and then on the lack of ball control. That's a mistake by Jensen, the middle blocker, number 17 in blue.
Jensen was trying to step in, but Jenna Otek needs to verbalize that and call her off. You want the libero stepping in and setting up that ball in transition.
Set points now for Cooper and Omaha, and very reminiscent of what Kathy George told us a little bit about shooting themselves in the foot if you're Grand Rapids, like what happened at Las Vegas. Good deflection and contact, and then thrown down. Sheridan Atkinson fired up and doing it at both ends.
Grand Rapids can score. They need to keep the ball off the floor and give themselves opportunities to score with their defense.
Set point number 2 for the reigning champions, the Omaha Supernovas. 16 and 8 all of last year. Right side, Payne for the set win, and that ball missed out of bounds. With the addition of the Indiana or Indy Ignite, now there are 8 teams in the league, so the number of matches played will go from 24 up to 28. Each team, each of the other teams in the league, you will play home and away 4 times total. Good transition set. Nunneviller off speed. Really good choice by Brooke Nunneviller. She is going to be a very busy volleyball player this year. 5 kills on 12 swings. Very good ball control. And that'll take us to our timeout as the teams change sides. Omaha wins the opening set 25-21.
Let me see that picture, the blurred one. All right, your first clue. She is from Macomb, Michigan. All right, second one. In high school, she was named Miss Michigan Volleyball in 2013. All right, we got one more. She currently wears number 4 for the Rise. Who do we think? I believe that's it. Yes, number 4, Carly Snyder. You are going home with the Rise Prize. Way to kick off the season.
All right, fans, the Grand Rapids Rise want to give a very special shout out tonight. Happy 37th birthday, Alicia Coleman. Give it up for Alicia. Thank you so much for coming out to celebrate your birthday at tonight's home opener, Alicia.
When Omaha Supernovas play, Brooke Nunneviller is always a fun player to watch. She started out hot with a couple kills early on, but then it was her defense that kept them in rallies. Always a scrambler, doing whatever it takes to keep the ball off the floor, and then some nice swings. She ended with 4 kills in that first set, but her defense is special.
A bloody nose, which has been cleared up, and if you look very closely at her left eye, a little bit of a little shiner there. She doesn't let anything fall to the floor, even if one of her teammates is flying in her direction.
You look at the stats for the first set. Grand Rapids hit for better numbers, but their ball control was sloppy, and they missed 4 to 5 opportunities to score with an overpass, overset.
Reagan Cooper getting the first look, and that ball off of Erica Pritchard, number 5, who has come on to the match now for Grand Rapids. And that's exactly what Kathy George was concerned about after their loss at Las Vegas in a reverse sweep. They just weren't smooth. They weren't coming up with plays. They weren't transitioning, and their first contact got away from them. When you look at the stats and you look at the hitting efficiency in some other areas, you're going, wait a minute, how did Omaha win that? But they did, based on those mistakes. Snyder, good swing. Oh no, oh no. This is just what we were talking about, just a heck of a collision. Natalia Valentin Anderson, the setter, both relentless defenders in terms of pursuit. We were just talking about that. Brooke Nuneviller. We will get you an update as best we can. Right side of your screen.
Brooke Nuneviller playing middle back, reads this ball, and Natalia Valentin Anderson coming left. Read it also. Both strong defenders in the right place, but both going for that same ball.
I won't speculate about any injuries. Valentin Anderson is up and being checked by the medical staff and also looked at by a very concerned head coach, Laura Bird-Kuhn. Brooke Nuneviller has left the court. We would anticipate Allie Batenhorst from Nebraska and most recently USC to be the first outside hitter coming into the contest. Batenhorst just finishing up a very successful run. Be wearing number 14, a very successful run at USC after 4 years at Nebraska. Played in a couple of national championship matches. Was just looking behind, and the medical staff of the Supernovas was informed that Brooke Nuneviller went straight to the locker room.
Court being cleaned up.
Boy, I do hate to be the predictor of that, but we were talking about, and you were talking about, not only in the setting role, but also at the defensive end. Valentin Anderson had 18 digs the other night in their 5-set win. Brooke Nuneviller had 17. They pursue the ball, and when it's in their area, they're going to go get it. And Brooke did exactly her job in just a very, very unfortunate collision.
Two great defenders playing right next to
is everywhere, and unfortunately a very, very tough collision. So we're set to go. There is Snyder, pretty good at the service line, and misses that one. Allie Batenhorst, 6'5". Mentioned her most recent background, the number 15 overall pick. 3.9 kills per set last year for Brad Keller in Los Angeles at USC.
Allie Batenhorst had a breakout season for USC, playing 6 rotations. She was an offensive weapon, scored from everywhere. So I think she came into this pro league with a ton of confidence.
Well, and you talked about the 6 rotations, like Reagan Cooper never played the back row when she was at Kansas, so a tremendous learning curve when she came into professional volleyball. But if you're playing overseas, or if you're playing in the Professional Volleyball Federation with only 8 substitutions or 6 overseas, you got to play 6 rotations.
You certainly do, and Allie Batenhorst coming right in and making an impact in this match. Watch this beautiful 4-to-4 swing, sharp cross court inside the defense.
A prodigious producer of TikTok and Instagram content. Pritchard, her first swing is dug. Nice set in transition. Both teams doing a very good job with their block defense. Batenhorst getting a slight block touch there. That is a poor set. But good reaction by Kayla Caffey to keep the ball off the floor. Caitlin Horde, middle blocker, playing defense. And off the block, nicely done. Really good swing by Kelsey Payne.
Fantastic defense. Caitlin Horde, a middle blocker, playing left back defense, keeps the ball up. And Valentine Anderson sets up Payne for the kill.
Kelsey Payne, 6'3", 8 years as a pro overseas in Italy, Turkey, and Brazil, and Korea. Maybe one of the great players of all time for the University of Kansas, and really, really versatile. She's playing in the opposite, but she hits a lot of first tempo as well. Nice play by Batenhorst in reception and in attack. Very, very good.
I love it, and Natalia Valentine Anderson has so much confidence in her rookie. Ali Batenhorst puts that ball right in her hands, and she gets rewarded. Quick swing through the seam of the block by Batenhorst.
Chance here, first contact by Caffey, and right back to her. Good block out of the middle by Bastianelli. Some lineup changes, Bastianelli and Pritchard on the floor now for the Rise. Reagan Cooper playing some good middle back defense and looking for high hands. And Payne, number 11 in white, missed it out of bounds.
Both these teams have a ton of confidence in their bench. A lot of these rookies came in ready to play, and Bastianelli is a veteran, but she's been sick, trying to get healthy and get back in this lineup.
Second season in the Pro Volleyball Federation, 19 matches for Bastianelli last year in San Diego. Rasky quickly to the outside. Nice dig by Cooper, avoiding the collision, thankfully. Rasky. It helps to have a good left hand.
August Rasky is dangerous offensively. Not only does she run a quick offense, but she gets on top of this ball in a second ball opportunity in transition. Watch the quick whip of an arm in transition for the kill.
Working on Batenhorst, pretty good reception. And Batenhorst is right there and tapping over the top.
Omaha looking good, attacking the ball whenever they get a chance. No tentative swings, no tipping.
It's one of the things we're going to see around the league. We've talked about the parity, and that's with a capital P, but also depth with a capital D. We've already seen that from Batenhorst. A lot of quality additions to the league. Unforced error there. Schneider one-on-one. Ball a little tight and missed it out of bounds.
August Rasky isolating Carly Schneider on the pin against Natalia Valentine Anderson is 5'8". That's a matchup you want. You just have to give Carly Schneider room to swing.
What a good sign. There is Brooke Nuneviller. When she left the floor, I must tell you, and you never want to speculate about an injury, but given the towel that she was, I was afraid that she had suffered an oral injury, but this is a really good sign. And let's go to break. Looking at Brooke Nuneviller back on the floor, and that is wonderful for volleyball fans.
Oh, give Chris a big wave. Hey, Chris. To learn how you can be as cool as Chris and become a Rise season ticket member, just head to the sales table on the concourse.
California, maybe she'd fall for a boy from South Georgia. She's got the bar in the palm of her hand, and she's a 90s country fan, like I am.
Omaha Supernova rookie Ali Batenhorst stepping in for the injured Brooke Nuneviller, coming in, huge impact right off the bat. 3 kills already since she's been inserted into the match for Omaha.
And stepped right in and looked very comfortable in her ball handling. Obviously did the good work over in the bullpen, physically and mentally ready to get started as we look at the 2025 draftees. On a banjo out of Kansas, Emily Landot, second leading scorer all time at Ohio State. Batenhorst is there, Lindsey Krause out of Nebraska, Valeria Vasquez Gomez on the practice squad right now, along with Kendra Waite. Not only the setter of the year this past year, but the player of the year for Creighton's outstanding team, the Blue Jays. They lost to the eventual national champions from Penn State. Kendra Waite is going to be a very successful pro.
Omaha coach Bird Coon said great things about all these rookies coming in ready to compete.
Snyder to the outside, ball left a little bit inside. Cameron Turner on the floor now. Speaking of Kansas, another rookie in the lineup, more depth being shown and more substitutions. Kathy George is really not hesitating at all, Holly, to go to her bench.
When you've got that much talent on your bench and something isn't working, why not?
And big kudos right now to Allie Batenhorst and Omaha. I mean, it's just a very, very scary happening, the collision between Valentine Anderson and Brooke Nuneviller. Thankfully, both are back on the floor. Valentine Anderson never left, and nice play on the back row, quick in combination by Pritchard.
Talk about rookies making an impact. Here's a free ball. Cameron Turner steps in as a rookie, puts up a beautiful big ball for the Grand Rapids kill.
And you gotta like that big ball every once in a while. Not like the big pen, it's the big ball. Shorthand for back row quick.
Correct. Bic would be a perfect sponsor, though.
I'm just saying.
The powers that be.
The 2023 Big 12 setter of the year is the 5'8" rookie setter, Cameron Turner. Kelsey Payne, that's a good swing. No touch detected. I like that swing, though. High and aggressive, looking for hands.
Kelsey Payne is long, out of the back row, out of system play. Valentine Anderson puts up a very hittable ball. That one doesn't get a piece of the block.
Take a look at Kelsey Payne's numbers. Taking over for Emilia Dimitrova, the veteran out of Bulgaria that started the opposite last year for Omaha in their championship season. Ooh, that ball, wow. I know the Volt 6 system is absolutely fail-safe, so the ball must have been out of bounds, but another quality swing.
But no touch.
Kelsey Payne now hitting 0.
Forgets.
Wow, how good is that system? Kelsey Payne now is 4 of 17. Service winner now for
Ali Bastianelli coming off the bench, providing a spark for Grand Rapids. Really nice serve catch in the back line for an ace.
Former All-Big Ten performer 3 times at the University of Illinois. Working on Batenhorst, but she's been up to it. Dug by Pritchard. Atkinson, that time off of the defense of Allie Batenhorst.
Sheridan Atkinson, the loudest player for Grand Rapids, firing up the crowd and the rest of her team, trying to find the energy to come back, get this team going. Beautiful back row attack, high reach, catches Allie Batenhorst by surprise.
Very nice run here by Atkinson and Grand Rapids. They trailed 8-5 at the technical timeout, now taking the 11-9 lead. Working on Cooper. Pretty good set out of system. Dug by Bastianelli. Brooke Nuneviller is back on the floor. That is such good news. And she's asking for the ball. Reagan Cooper able to rattle that ball through and down.
Of course she's asking for the ball.
One of the things I think that Grand Rapids has to do, they've got Carly Snyder out on Valentine Anderson. They've had that one-on-one a bunch of times, but the set's
able to score. You have to locate that ball well for Carly Snyder.
Absolutely, well said, Holly. You must get that done. That's a matchup that you want to take advantage of, and Grand Rapids has got to do that. There's Atkinson again.
We talked about at the beginning of this match how important Sheridan Atkinson would be to the offense for Grand Rapids.
Hitting at a nice percentage. 6 kills on 17 swings, no errors. Nice dig. Swing off the top of the block by Snyder. Quality swing. Here's to Cooper outside and off the edge. A little bit fortunate there. Good hands, Holly. Nice save once again.
Brooke Nuneviller in the backcourt, keeping that ball alive, not being tentative defensively, setting her team up for that kill.
If you weren't with us about 10 minutes ago, a very, very violent collision between Natalia Valentin Anderson and Brooke Nuneviller. Nuneviller left the floor with a towel pressed hard against her face, and boy, thankfully she is back on the floor. Really, really happy to see that. Service winner for Valentin Anderson. Holly, you talked about this is a really good rotation, and she's a really good server.
Natalia Valentin Anderson puts a lot of zip on it, getting away and high on Jenna Otek for the Omaha ace.
And Otek is an expert receiver. Another tough serve. And just another near collision. Yeah, players go after the ball.
When you have three players flying around the court, that time Camila Gomez and Natalia Valentin Anderson able to avoid each other.
And flying is the right word. They leave their feet, they cover a lot of territory. Good pass by Nuneviller. Horde is slowed. Smart shot by Payne. Payne, wearing number 11 in white, able to tuck that ball to the floor.
Payne has taken a lot of tough swings. This time in transition, takes a little something off of it right through the seam of the block. Grand Rapids needs to close that seam.
Yeah, by design, roll shot right down into the low, very, very small seam in between the two blockers there, Jensen and Atkinson. Tied at 13. Omaha up 1-0. They won the first 25-21. They took advantage of several miscues by Grand Rapids, just not clean. Grand Rapids out-hit Omaha, out-passed Omaha, and still lost 25-21. Kelsey Payne, like so many athletes, have to go overseas. How wonderful is it now, all the opportunities for women to play professionally in the United States. It's very, very proud to be part of this.
Too, it's incredible.
Reagan Cooper will go back to serve. Berkune telling us she's much improved as a receiver. Technically, her platform is really good. It's more about her feet. What a swing that time by Pritchard off the edge. Erica Pritchard, 6'3", 13 matches last year. Also has played in France and Switzerland, collegiately at Maryland and Penn State.
Love the tempo and location that's set by Cameron Turner, setting up Erica Pritchard on that left pin. That's where they need to score, especially when Omaha's got a short blocker in the front row.
And Bolt 6 says very quickly that ball is in, and a nice serve that time coming from Jensen, number 17. Camila Gomez, that's blocking the set. That's a nice play by Valentin Anderson, getting there quickly.
Bastianelli trying to be aggressive as a blocker, but cannot block the setter when she's trying to set the ball.
Caitlin Horde back to serve out of Penn State and Nebraska. There is Natalia Valentin Anderson, as mentioned, represented Puerto Rico in the Rio Olympic Games, and that ball is missed out of bounds. So now it's maybe Grand Rapids as we get to the second technical timeout, trying to take advantage, and even this matchup on a stormy and snowy night here in the Midwest, 16-14. A dusting. Not a dumping, a dusting.
It was dumping for a while. I have video evidence.
It was. I agree with Holly.
It could have been a blizzard, but it was dumping.
Well, by California standards, this is a blizzard or an absolute dumping of piles of snow.
I'm being peaceful. It's beautiful. It's a snowy day.
Very respectfully, it was beautiful out. You found a fantastic restaurant, as you always do, for brunch. kudos there.
Well, Grand Rapids is a charming.
It is. It is.
Charming town. I'm happy to be here.
The home of the Rise, Van Andel Arena, and Erica Pritchard has given her team a little bit of a punch off the bench. There is Atkinson leading the way now with 6 kills on 17 swings, no error. That is a service mistake. Oh, look out. Right to Camila Gomez, dropped a dime.
The libero, Camila Gomez, has such an amazing platform. She puts that ball right in Natalia Valentin Anderson's, and then Brooke Nunaviller, the recipient of that quick set to the pin.
One of the best liberos in the elite Brazilian league. Camila Gomez before coming to the Pro Volleyball Federation. Yes, nice play. Dug by Grand Rapids, hustling, but Natalia Valentin Anderson rising against the Rise to put that ball away.
Natalia Valentin Anderson is just such a competitor. I talked about her being 5'8". In transition, this ball just pops up, and she gets her feet all the way to the middle of the court and takes advantage of open net.
Both teams very good in reception right now. And Pritchard, who struggled at Las Vegas in the loss in 5 sets, just 4 of 21. Nice rhythm so far offensively, particularly with Cameron Turner.
Grand Rapids bringing 3 players off the bench to make a difference. Cameron Turner, Erica Pritchard, Ali Bastinelli.
Working on Cooper because you only have the one target. Nicely dug that time by Pritchard. Keeping pressure on the Supernovas. Nunaviller going off speed. Gomez, wonderful first contact. Out of the back row is Cooper.
Natalia Valentin Anderson has worked hard, even though they haven't been able to score points on their quick middle attack, but establishing their middles, and that really holds the blocker and throws off the timing, trying to stop the back row attack.
Tied at 17. First 4 sets to 25 points. Everybody's familiar with that. Tight. Good read by Gomez. Swing for Cooper, whipping inside. That is dug by Snyder. And somehow played in proximity to the official stand and then put to the floor by Valentin Anderson.
Guess who? Quick strike, Natalia Valentin Anderson, ending the long rally. Look at the nice save back into the court. Just pops right to Valentin Anderson, who pushes it to the deep corner.
2 kills on 3 swings for the star setter. Now the lead setter after splitting time once again with Sydney Hilly, last year's most valuable player in the championship. And Cooper is blocked. Nicely done by Turner, along with some help from Bastinelli.
Timing a little bit off for Reagan Cooper. She was in early on her approach and then just lost her range, hitting on the way down. But well done by Grand Rapids for the stop.
Tied at 18. There's Cameron Turner, as mentioned a couple of years ago. Setter of the year in the Big 12 Conference. What a career she had at Kansas. That ball nicely done offensively by Omaha. Good, strong side-out play.
And Kayla Caffey is one of those middle blockers that's so fun to watch. She's so dynamic. She's been great laterally, side to side, but finally able to score offensively out of the middle.
By these standards, undersized at only 6 feet, but she is really, really quick off the floor. Snyder, speaking of that, what a block by Horde.
Caitlin Horde getting out to that pin, closing to Natalia Valentin Anderson. Really well done defensively by Omaha. Watch the middle blocker get out, close. Inside hand cuts off that angle on Snyder.
Caitlin Horde led the nation in blocks per set her last year of college volleyball. Dug by Nunaviller, showing no ill effects remarkably of that collision. That ball missed out of bounds.
Good looking swing out of the middle. Omaha is working hard to get their middles going. Just wide by Horde.
Omaha still with a 1-point advantage. They won the opening set 25-21. Nice dig by Snyder. On the floor, smart set. Atkinson not there. Quality contact. Payne out of the back row is rejected.
Grand Rapids that time quick over the net defensively to stop the back row attack from Kelsey Payne. Carly Snyder digs the ball off the inside of the block, and then just a wall for Grand Rapids for the point.
That ball served out of bounds. I'm looking what's separating these teams, and it just seems to me that when Omaha gets a chance, they're at least getting a swing. when Grand Rapids gets an opportunity, they're just not maximizing.
Agreed.
Valentine Anderson back to serve.
Execution, taking care of those ball control opportunities.
Well, the block and block defense working together has been really good. A lot of block deflections, but better offense. Sheridan Atkinson, MVP of the Greek League last year when she led her team to the championship.
Sheridan Atkinson going over the top, using the entire court from the right side. Look at how long she is just finding the back line.
Mila Gomez, what a pass. Do not serve the libero. Do not serve Brooke Nuneviller. That gives you one choice. Every serve must go to Reagan Cooper.
Caitlin Horde getting a nice swing out of the middle, finding that connection, that quick feed by Natalia Valentine Anderson again.
There's Cooper, easy serve in the red zone. That's gobbled up by Otek. Nice set by Turner. Oh, maybe a touch in the back row. Yeah, there was a touch. That's a good call by the officiating crew. That was off of Cooper.
Sheridan Atkinson has been the hot hitter for Grand Rapids. That one got a piece of Reagan Cooper, who couldn't get out of the way fast enough.
Elena Ogilvy, twice the Pac-12 Libero of the Year. Just an outstanding defensive player. She now comes in as a serving specialist. 9 kills now for Atkinson. Tough serve. A chance here for Grand Rapids. Oh, smart tip. Nicely done by Turner.
Such a gutsy play by the rookie Cameron Turner. But that whole play started with the tough serve from Ogilvy of Grand Rapids, and then the two-hand quick set to the middle of the court. Omaha touches it but can't control it.
Kathy George has pushed a lot of buttons, and another good one with Ogilvy. Working on Cooper. Left side to Nuneviller, finds a seam.
Brooke Nuneviller has the answer when the match is on the line or the set is on the line. She comes up with some big-time kills for Omaha.
Lindsay Krause will come on now, a very familiar name, star at Nebraska for many years. Playing time limited the last couple of seasons, but a very, very good volleyball player. 6'4" rookie out of Nebraska, 2 national finals, 3 national semifinals. Good flat serve, medium pass. Dug by Cooper, chance for Nuneviller. And the score off the edge of the block.
Sheridan Atkinson, the right side blocker for Grand Rapids, so frustrated with herself, getting used by Brooke Nuneviller.
Set point number 1 for Nuneviller. Krause serving once again, 24-23. Good pass by Snyder. Krause contributing, chance for Nuneviller. Whoa, what a swing. Number 5 in white. In the red zone or in the 5th set, number 5 is where you want to go if you're Omaha.
We saw so many rookies step up in this match so far, make a big play, and that time it was Lindsay Krause, one-hand dig to keep it alive, and then Brooke Nuneviller seals the deal to go up 2-0 over Grand Rapids.
Tracking an Arctic cold front, which is going to be blowing through our area over the next couple of hours. So as you leave Van Andel Arena this evening, be prepared for the potential for some tricky travel conditions. Temperatures will hold steady through the 20s as we approach midnight, and then will drop tomorrow afternoon into the teens, generating more widespread lake effect snow showers over the next couple of days as West Michigan gets locked in the deep freeze. And of course, you can stay with us as we track it all for you at fox17online.com. Go Rise!
Hi fans, rise above and take them back.
Really good news this evening for Omaha Supernova fans, and I'll get to the second part, but this collision looked very, very serious at the time. Thank goodness that both athletes, Natalia Valentin-Anderson and Brooke Nuneviller, not only are back, but they're playing at full speed. The other good news is Brooke Nuneviller, Holly, put away, set point, and now leading the defending champions of the Pro Volleyball Federation up 2-0. Really, really happy and relieved, and I know you feel the same way. That looked like a very serious injury.
It did.
And thankfully, both athletes avoided serious problems as we look at the numbers through a couple of sets.
Omaha's numbers are up. Grand Rapids' numbers were better in the first set. Now Omaha with the edge. They just played cleaner. But there were times in that second set where Grand Rapids had the energy, had the momentum, and Omaha just had the answer.
Nuneviller coming off a debut in a 5-set win over Atlanta, 22 kills, 17 digs, and Erica Pritchard, number 5 in blue, has been very, very effective since coming on the floor in the second set for Grand Rapids.
I've been really impressed with Cameron Turner.
Yep.
She goes up, gets that tight pass, isolates her hitter on the pin, and easy kill on the left side.
Tough serve up Gomez. Nuneviller, smart shot high up into the block, slowed by Jensen. Snyder working into the cross court, 4-4, becoming very common. Snyder again, that ball set too low and blocked right on the sideline. That's been an issue. Why has that been a problem out on the left for Snyder?
I'm not sure. I just feel like the location's dying a little bit too low. They need to get a little more air under that. Carly Snyder can go up and get it, but give her enough height where she can get on top of it.
Snyder has got a big arm. I agree with you. I like that. Just to that point, I know the ball was dug, but she got her team ahead in the point and setting up a block by Atkinson. Atkinson and 6'4" Jensen with the stuff. That is a big block at 6'4", 6'5".
It certainly is, and Sheridan Atkinson showing some big emotion for Grand Rapids, setting up the block on the pin, grabs that ball defensively.
And as you pointed out, over quick. Gomez again, pretty good first reception. Kelsey Payne off the top. Dug by Pritchard. Little miscommunication there, and on the overpass. Grand Rapids is going to pay the price. And those are the kind of plays that's been costing them a lot. That's just a bad ball handling error.
If you added those up on a stat sheet, it missed opportunities, and I believe in the first set there were 5 or 6 of those. You can't do that at this level.
That's what plagued Grand Rapids in their loss 3-2 to open the second season in Las Vegas. They were up ahead 2-0. Atkinson has certainly been doing her work and then some. 9 kills now on 25 swings, no errors, hitting over 350.
Sheridan Atkinson has been very low air for Grand Rapids on the right side.
Experience now in her 8th year as a professional. It seems like she was at Purdue a couple of seasons ago. Right side to Payne. Nice dig. Atkinson playing good backcourt defense and leading to the Vic.
How about Sheridan Atkinson? We've talked about her offense, but look at the defense, just standing her ground right back. Perfect dig to her setter, and then the big attack by Pritchard out of the back row for Grand Rapids.
Really good choice by Turner as well, going to the back row combination. Nuneviller loves the opponent's block.
Yes, she does. Make it your friend. Brooke Nuneviller attacking Cameron Turner, the smaller blocker for Grand Rapids, which is smart. Getting a piece of the block, working in her favor.
Yeah, August Rasky, a little bit more of a blocking setter at 6 feet tall. Turner at only 5'8" or 9". Oh, nice set. What a good set. A good chase by Pritchard. Really good hustle by both teams. Otek following up. Combination play, and that ball off the edge and down. Once again by Nuneviller.
I like that choice by Nuneviller because she's got Sheridan Atkinson playing deep defensively down the line. Because she's bigger, tough to get that little short ball over the block.
Payne will go back to serve. Coached by Laura Bird-Kuhn for a couple of seasons when Bird-Kuhn was one of the top assistant coaches in the country for Kansas. helped get them to their only Final Four, I should say national semifinal.
Sneaky, sneaky Natalia Valentin Anderson again running along the net. You think she's going to try and decide who to set, but no, this block on the other side of the net not ready, and she just throws it to the middle of the court.
She has been elite so far in this match. Her decision making, her defense, her setting, location, absolutely superb. And Turner can't play that ball out of the net, so the quick early lead once again for the Omaha Supernovas. They won the championship last year over these same Grand Rapids Rise. Pro Volleyball Federation coming to you on Fox Sports, one of 24 national broadcasts this year on Fox Sports 1 and 2, CBS Sports Network, and the All-Star Game out of Indianapolis will be on CBS, along with 20 national broadcasts on Roku on the streaming side.
Sheridan Atkinson continues to score for Grand Rapids, that time out of the back row. What Grand Rapids needs is some defensive stops.
And when they get a block touch, when they get a dig, they've got to turn that into a very positive point-scoring opportunity. That ball's still up somehow. Free ball coming. Good play by, not a good first contact by Otek. Took them right out of in-system. That is a perfect example of where Omaha is taking advantage and Grand Rapids is not doing what they need to do in first contact. Missed by Otek.
We talked about block deflections being a big factor. Look at this ball here, way up high, setting up Brooke Nuneviller to strike quickly on two. I love the block deflection that leads to a quick point.
Good recovery by Jen Otek out of Purdue. Outstanding libero, coming right back. She knows that she didn't handle that previous ball cleanly. That was a tough serve and threw up a dime as Bastianelli goes back to serve.
Harley Snyder again out of the back row. She's scoring better out of the back row than on the left pins, but I think it has to do with the location of the sets.
Perfect pass by Gomez. Bastianelli is there. Oh, what a read by Nuneviller, as aggressive as ever. Reagan Cooper down the line. Boy, this is a pretty good bookend pair of outside attackers right around the league, but particularly here in Omaha. We've come to the first technical timeout, Omaha on top by 2. Kathy George working the sideline, as is Laura Bird-Kuhn, and right now Bird-Kuhn and Omaha getting the better of it. Back with 3-time Olympian NCAA champ Holly McPeak and Paul Sunderland. And there are the kill leaders we talked about. This is a very, very dynamic pair, and Cooper's getting better in reception all the time.
Brooke Nuneviller, we expect her leadership, but Reagan Cooper's been really solid today, and we've seen Omaha make some big stops. Both their middles are good. They've established them. They just haven't been able to score too many points out of the middle, so the pins have been important.
Both Reagan Cooper and Brooke Nuneviller were voted as preseason All-Pro Volleyball Federation by the coaches and the media. Harley Snyder and Cooper making a run. This is going to be a tough angle, and that ball's good. That's inside the antenna. Once again, Grand Rapids not taking advantage. And Reagan Cooper and Omaha certainly is.
How about that hustle off the floor to keep that ball alive and get it over the net at an impossible angle?
Give you the ranking of how these teams were picked in the preseason. Atlanta was picked first. They won the regular season last year. Pritchard again. Pritchard has been very good.
Turner to Pritchard, good combination for Grand Rapids. She's big, physical outside, number 5 on the left side of your screen. There's a big seam in that block, and she gets after it.
Played at Maryland and Penn State. Led the Big Ten in kills as a sophomore. Pretty good stat line there. What a good cover by Kelsey Payne, but just running out of real estate.
Grand Rapids talked about leaving them one-on-one. Erica Pritchard knew she had to take that slide one-on-one and did a good job reading where that ball was going.
Boy, Brooke Nuneviller and Camila Gomez take so much. That ball is up. Nicely done by Turner. Oh, and a better block. Natalia Valentine Anderson is doing a lot of everything.
She certainly is. The block for Omaha moved inside, and Caitlin Horn is long at the net defensively.
Brooke Nuneviller and Camila Gomez are really doing a nice job squeezing Cooper and not giving her much real estate to cover. Pritchard again, good swing. Off the block and out of bounds. Nicely done by 5 in blue.
What looked like trouble for Grand Rapids. Cameron Turner, she's so quick as a setter. Runs that ball down, puts up a hittable set. Pritchard goes to work.
Omaha was picked to finish 3rd. The expansion Indy Ignite, good roster, were picked to finish 4th. Grand Rapids picked to finish 5th. I mentioned that Atlanta was picked to repeat as the regular season champion, which they were last year. Got hit by injuries in the semifinals, as you'll recall, last year. Here is Cooper. We showed you both she and Nuneviller's numbers. Atkinson has been the best weapon, and a rare miss. Valentine Anderson at 5'8" couldn't get the double pokey up there in time.
Sheridan Atkinson has been going high hands, trying to clear that defense. Her numbers have been impressive for Grand Rapids.
Well, I'll tell you what, but when both of your outsides, I'm speaking of Cooper and Nuneviller, are hitting over 320, that's a pretty good night against this kind of serving and block defense. Jensen out of the middle. Nice dig by Gomez. Fantastic set. Yeah, Payne mad at herself. She should have been ready. Block deflection. Can Grand Rapids take advantage? Not yet. Back to Nuneviller.
Nuneviller staying ahead in that rally, going deep corner. She's so good at ending those long rallies, just the way she uses the entire court, and that's her hand contact on the ball.
12 kills now on 26 swings. Very low error. Here's Caitlin Horde. Good reception. I'll tell you, Harley Snyder has got a big arm. That is a big swing. One of the top outside hitters in the French League, or the top outside hitter in the French League 3 times, and you saw why.
Grand Rapids needs to find ways to put her in better spots more often. They're scoring on the right side with Atkinson more. They need more kills on the left.
There is Stanford's Elena Ogilvy back into serve. Handled nicely by Cooper and Kayla Caffey. Really good first contact by Reagan Cooper.
Kayla Caffey quick off the floor and a quick arm, rattling it through the Grand Rapids block. But everything starts with a good first contact. Natalia Valentine Anderson, when she has the ball in her hand, she can feed anybody.
Snyder again. Big swing by the former Florida Gator.
Love the last 2 sets to Carly Snyder on the left pin. Cameron Turner just pushing it out there high enough, quick enough that Carly Snyder can get on top of it for the kill.
7 kills, but taking 34 swings to get there, taking a lot of tough ones out of system. Nuneviller in reception as well as in attack.
Incredible. Just quick on the ball, and in the block, it looks like she doesn't have anywhere to go, and she finds a way.
There is Nuneviller. The lead is 14-12. We'll have a technical timeout at 16. Erica Pritchard, let's give you some of her numbers. What a job she has done coming off the bench. 7 kills on 13 swings, 1 error, hitting over 430. What a lift.
Yeah, the bench has really come in and sparked things for Grand Rapids.
Must-win situation for the Rise. It's again a rematch of last year's championship. That was in Omaha. And $1 million went to Brooke Nuneviller along with the rest of her then teammates.
Alyssa Jensen, solo block in the middle. Grand Rapids needs those kind of stops. Look at this one-on-one, good eye work, quick off the floor. You have to be to stop Kayla Caffey of Omaha.
6th block now for the Grand Rapids Rise, tied at 14. Once again, the TTO is coming. Both teams with both of their challenges and timeouts. Cooper, dug by Pritchard. Tough swing. Oh, smart shot.
What a heads-up play by Erica Pritchard. She didn't have her full approach, couldn't get her feet under her, but knows that deep line ball is over. She stumbles to get up. You see her just get her feet under her, go deep down the line over the defender.
Reminded Kayla Caffey played for the Grand Rapids Rise last year. There's a lot of that with so much free agency. A chance here. Missed opportunity. Right side to Payne. Big run, and that time off of Jensen and out of bounds.
And that's the stat category we need to start keeping track of, because that's really costing Grand Rapids a lot tonight.
Missed opportunities, MOs.
Yep.
Tied at 15.
You're gonna invent that, Paul.
Pardon me?
You and I are going to invent that in the stat category.
Well, it decided the opening set when Omaha was out-hit and outplayed in a couple of categories. We've got the technical timeout. We'll step aside. Grand Rapids must win this set to stay in the match.
Will be signing autographs for all fans. And now, fans, let's make some round music. Get those arms ready. It's our bongo cam. Play those bongos, buddy.
Franklin Sports is a proud partner of the Pro Volleyball Federation, coming your way on Fox Sports. Back with Holly McPeak, I'm Paul Sunderland. Both of us residents of Southern California, and we just ache and grieve for the suffering that is going on throughout our area. I live in Malibu. My wife and I are safe. Our home is safe. But putting it in context, thousands of families have lost everything. My daughter-in-law knows 15 families in the Palisades that are homeless. This is the most tragic thing I've ever seen strike Southern California, and that includes the earthquake in 1994. This is just beyond belief. Whatever anybody can do around the country, I know the Red Cross has been very active, and whatever anybody can do, thoughts and prayers. But I'll tell you what, contribute anything you possibly can, Holly.
Yeah, so many people that we know affected, and obviously so many more the firefighters that are so valiantly battling this fire as well. And the donation centers across the country have been filling up. I called a few when we were home, and it's been interesting and fun to see people step up and try and help in any way that they can.
This is going to be an effort that could take more than a decade. The devastation is that vast. Oh, what a rip. Dug by Pritchard. Kept alive. And again, Atkinson doing a better job blocking right side. Smart play. Really smart play by Turner. Restarting the point.
It started with a bomb from Payne on the left side, and Erica Pritchard kept it up, and then the long rally continued. Grand Rapids able to score, trying to get that momentum, that energy back on their side.
Now leading by one. Good block touch. Can Atkinson and the Rise take advantage? Dug by Nunaviller. Boy, that is a very hittable ball. Tough chance. It was almost up to the Jumbotron. Nunaviller all over that. And Cooper off the edge of the block and out of bounds. Just one last note about the fire, and please thank you for indulging me. But the Pacific Palisades is one of the wonderful volleyball areas in the entire United States, including your home of the South Bay, Manhattan, and Hermosa Beach. But Randy Stoklos was able to save his house and his neighbor's house. But you have Kristen Klein and Adam Keefe. Kristen, a 96 Olympian, they lost their house. And Olympic volleyball families with a lot of connections and a lot of parents and grandparents still living in the Palisades.
Many longtime residents
Yes.
who've been there for 40, 50 years.
Oh, nice play by Jensen. Well, you have the Saunders, the Steve Salmons, the Ricky Ludys, Miles Partain, a beach Olympian. His family lost his home.
Fantastic first contact by Pritchard, and then Jensen one-on-one out of the middle. Beautiful kill. Grand Rapids getting things going.
Erin Grote coming back on. She's been replaced by Ali Bastinelli. Jensen goes to the sideline. That was a very impressive attack out of the middle. Grote, a pretty good server. She had a couple of aces the other night in Vegas. Nuneviller, tough swing, but what a quality swing.
And Nuneviller knows there's a middle blocker playing that left back position who's usually not back there as a full-time defender, and she attacks that area of the court.
Do you go through that thought process as an attacker, Holly?
Well, I wasn't an attacker, but I believe she does. As a setter, I went through that thought process.
Give me some on that one. Caitlin Horde on to serve, tied at 18. Snyder. Going to Atkinson here. She's had a really good night. Smart shot. Restart the point. Well, I don't know about that choice. Oh, but it works out. A little bit lucky. Cameron Turner rolling the dice and coming up sevens.
Erica Pritchard just keeps it alive, able to get that ball to drop. Grand Rapids needs to keep their foot on the gas. This is a game of momentum. They saw it slip away the other night. They need to grab it.
Cameron Turner, a wry smile, the rookie out of Kansas. I know she got away with one. Nuneviller again. Erica Pritchard. Snyder. Middle. Combination. Bastinelli still not there. Tight joust. Turner doing the best she possibly can, but just marginally a ball handling error. Got to be cleaner there if you're Grand Rapids.
Here's another missed opportunity for Grand Rapids. Just a little too tight on that pass. Cameron Turner trying to keep it alive, and teammates around her can't keep it up.
Kelsey Payne's been very quiet so far on the night. Thank goodness for her outside hitters. Going to get a chance here? Nope. What a choice. What a brilliant choice by Valentine Anderson. Kelsey Payne struggling a little bit in the right back, goes to the red-hot Brooke Nuneviller.
Isn't that an easy choice? I mean, Brooke Nuneviller's had the answer, but we've seen her use the entire part of the court. Sheridan Atkinson playing right back defense, and Nuneviller attacking her.
And Atkinson right on cue. Holly McPeak coming through with a kill. I agree with you. That's a really, well, I am at times the master of the obvious.
Yes, you are.
Nuneviller 6 kills in what could be this decisive third set. Good pass by Cooper. Nuneviller again. Dug by Snyder. That was some serious heat. Must have if you're Grand Rapids. Pritchard on the outside, back row quick to Carly Snyder. And it just was not clean, not there. Pritchard.
How about Erica Pritchard rocking a tightrope to hit that ball inside?
We're going to have a challenge. Kayla Caffey was contending that Erica Pritchard stepped under the net and made contact with Caffey. But there's a neutral zone. You can make contact, but did she violate the center line? In order for it to be a fault, a center line fault, which is challengeable, number 5, Erica Pritchard's entire foot would have had to cross the center line. Big call, I would say.
Definitely.
Pritchard has been really good. 11 kills on 19 swings, hitting over 525. It's a camera dedicated to the center line. Well, I know her right foot was not under. Her left foot, I don't know. This is going to be a big call and a very tough call. can see Pritchard apologizing. Yeah, you don't want to make contact with your opponent on the other side. Very
Definitely.
dangerous play, but I don't think that there was a fault there.
This is a great angle.
She's legal there, completely legal there. Your foot has to be entirely over the center line for it to be a fault.
You have to keep rolling it.
No center line fault.
However, there was a net fault on the play. Point Omaha.
That will go down as a kill for Erica Pritchard. And no. The official, the first referee, has just pointed. This is Christian Krishak. Explanation going on now with Jenna Otek.
On the replay, I believe the net violation was seen before the ball hit the floor. I'm reading lips.
Well, but the challenge was for center line.
I know, but if they see that in the same motion, they can call it.
The official can, within his jurisprudence, can make that decision. That's, wow, the crowd doesn't like it. That is a 2-point switch. That is a huge call here in the third set. We as a production crew do not have control of the Bolt 6 images that you were seeing. That's handled by the replay officials. So the challenge was for center line violation. There was no center line fault, but there was a net violation prior to that. Wow, big call, big call. Here is Nunaviller, who's been absolutely superb tonight, particularly after that violent collision with her setter. Nice dig by Payne. Pritchard off the block and out of bounds. That's a really good response, rising to the occasion.
Grand Rapids team looking at one another, fired up, really frustrated at that last call. Didn't go their way. Carly Snyder keeping that ball down the line. And then Erica Pritchard off the block. That's a big kill for them.
Here is Bastianelli. Well handled, expertly handled. What a pass by Camila Gomez, the expert libero for Omaha.
And to stop Kayla Caffey, you have to be over the net so quick. Her arm is a whip. Lindsay Krause coming in to serve for Omaha. Coach Bird Kuhn said they would use her as a serving sub, have lots of confidence.
And remember the job she did in the second set that was deuce, came in and made a lovely left-handed dig. And Camila Gomez played for Grand Rapids last year. She was expert there as well. That ball missed out of bounds. That is a very, very rare, so rare that is the first hitting error on 32 swings for Atkinson, wearing number 1 in blue. 23-21 is the advantage. Omaha won the opening set 25-21. As mentioned, deuce in the second, 25-23. Preseason team, Leah Edmond, the reigning MVP. The mayor of Hentzville, Morgan Hentz, one of the most exciting players in the world of volleyball. Veronica Stone, we saw her for San Diego at Orlando. Orlando much improved. Speaking of that, Kaz Brown last year was the most outstanding player in the Pro Volleyball Federation. And newcomer, somebody that you really expect big things from, Brittany Abercrombie, also of of Orlando.
Brittany Abercrombie coming off a very good AU season, had a big summer. Came in strong in Orlando, looked really good in their first match.
They did. That was a very solid performance. Adora Anai was good in all phases, but they went off, and their next match, I believe, was at Indiana, and they lost there because, as we've mentioned, and you're going to hear it all season long, just a tremendous amount of parity in this year's league. Points away. Lindsay Krause gonna get a chance. Where do you go? You got Horde in the middle. Cooper, you go to Horde. What a good block deflection. Nice play by Jensen. And Erica Pritchard. Dug by Krause again. Another dig by Krause. This time dug by Nuneviller. Very hittable ball. Hittable indeed. What a set that time by Valentine Anderson.
Omaha so good at keeping the ball off the floor and then getting more opportunities to swing and end it.
Match points now coming for Omaha, the defending champions. Pritchard has been really good off the bench. There is Snyder. Dug by Nuneviller. And a better block. Jensen along with Cameron Turner.
Backs are against the wall, but Grand Rapids finding the energy. Alyssa Jensen long with Cameron Turner for Grand Rapids. Close that block up.
So one match point saved. The former Kansas Jayhawk All-American back to serve. Two more match points for Nuneviller and Omaha. Block deflection. Chance got to have it. Not a good set that time by Jensen and creates an unforced error. That sort of crystallizes the entire difference in this match. There was a key opportunity for Grand Rapids, and they couldn't do anything with it.
Kathy George told us that Grand Rapids wanted to learn about their team. They know what category they need to work on and have a little bit of time to focus before their next match. Omaha was, aside from the injury, I thought they played really well.
Omaha will be at Las Vegas, then home to San Diego, and then at Columbus. And the best news all night long is that Natalia Valentine Anderson and Brooke Nuneviller came away from a very hard collision. They are 100% Nuneviller, 15 kills on 34 swings. Reagan Cooper, 16 on 44. They were absolutely superb. Thanks for joining us on this snowy weekend. Holly McPeak, we're going to go walk home in the snow. Thanks for watching the Pro Volleyball Federation. For our entire crew and my partner, Holly McPeak, I'm Paul Sunderland. Our next match on FS1 will be Sunday, January 19th. As Grand Rapids will see them again travel to Atlanta. First serve is at 6 p.m. Eastern. Thanks so much for watching. Appreciate it.